What is up, noob nuts? Yes, I know the first official unranked SpeedQB tournament in Taiwan has just ended, and here is the footage finally. And when you're seeing this, that means everything is done. It's all uploaded. But while I'm recording this, I still need to type the subtitles. I'm gonna be doing some disclaimers real quick, but if you want to just skip to the juicy parts, please just go to the timestamp on your top right corner. First of all, I couldn't have done this by myself. Shout out to KSJV Kevin. He's always been there since the first event. OPS Mori for just doing everything else that I couldn't. And also Kim for the posters. All of our past 3 events posters has been done by her. I seriously think our event posters is the best SpeedQB event posters in the whole world. Like, our shit is hot. And of course, I did not forget SpeedQB, Action Bunker, KWA, and also Ace Tech. Like, you know, just having our back like that. Mad love. Also for the teams that showed up, Taiwan Pinoy Airsofters, they're the Filipinos community that's playing here. They came out with their own SpeedSoft crew. Also 2, not 1, but 2 teams coming from the south in Kaohsiung, Badgers, and APES. That's hot, super hot. This event, the community is growing, so like thank you all for just being there. Like, you guys are awesome. Today we're gonna find out how we burnt the house down. But first, leave a comment below. Let me know, like, do you want me to do future tournament walkthrough videos? Because proportionally speaking, the amount of time invested in the production is a lot of work for a very little returns, basically. But on the other hand, I'm thinking that this type of walkthrough is good for the community, for the teams, the players, and people who wants to know about it, wants to learn from it. Like, you know, I think that's very important. So do you want me to make more of these types of walkthrough videos in the future? Please let me know, because I'm on the fence about it. I'm not sure. Also, I'll be doing some commentaries for the gameplays, and I'll be coming out with an uncut, just pure gameplay video after this a little bit later on. First thing of note, during this tournament, the field was still under COVID restrictions, so that means a maximum of 50 people indoors. That includes staff and refs and the players, right? But it filled up, so all 7 teams showed up. Some teams ran with 5, some teams ran with 6. That was the maximum amount of players that we accepted for each team. A change in SpeedQB rules and points of note, such as flag hangs before 50 points. Now it has been reduced to 25, and 25 points now has been given to flag control, meaning that if it's the same person who grabbed the flag, hangs the flag at the end, you get extra 25 points. So basically what it means now is that protecting the flagger is very important. I think this is to prevent from previous events where people just sacrifice themselves to get the flags and just shoot each other out. This is also the first time we're incorporating penalties and point deductions per SpeedQB rule. I'm not gonna list each one, but the most common ones are, for example, a flag drop. If you grab the flag, you can't drop it on the floor, right? I think this is to prevent players from maybe like hiding it. Also, number 2, field disruption, or on tournament day, we called it moving barriers. This is to prevent flaggers or fronts from sliding and crashing into the X and then, like, you know, bulldozing over like the covers. A third, dead player communication. Basically what this means is that once you're hit, you just raise your hand and you just walk out. You can't yell out like hit. This is kind of counterintuitive because we're so used to playing regular scrimmage games just yelling out hit. So there were definitely many times where players forgot that and then just yelled out hit, and then they got their points deducted. So there are other penalties, but I'll talk about them as they happen in the video. Now every penalty is a deduction of 25 points. So these are actually pretty steep. They're definitely very much worth the players and the team's attention to not get penalized. So with the limited resources and manpower we had, we ran with a scorekeeper, me, who is basically a ref and also a cameraman. Mori, he was banned from the 5v5 tournaments, but basically he helped out as a second ref. We will also have 2 captain refs on site as well. Whichever team's not playing will have the captain's ref for those games. Something else we did was also to have a challenge system. Each team could have a total of 2 challenges. You spend 50 points if you want to challenge another team for a foul. If you think you've hit a player, he didn't call it, you can submit the tape. The captains will get together and review it. The captains of the team that submitted the tape and the captains of the team that's being questioned cannot vote on it, but every other captain will vote on if a foul is established. If so, then the team challenging will get their 50 points back and points will get deducted on the other team. You can't use it to get more points for your own team, but you can use it to call foul on the other team if you like. So regarding the challenge system, we understand that not every player can afford a GoPro, so therefore we didn't make it mandatory. But like I said, with the limited resource and manpower, that was the best solution that we had at the time. The challenge system actually extends post-tournament. So what that means is that if footages and clips of foul play were discovered, then they can continue to submit that to the captain's group chat, and then, you know, same thing, we'll review it. We'll decide if it's intentional or unintentional. We will penalize the player accordingly. It doesn't have an immediate effect on that tournament, of course, but in the long run, we hope that the system will make the players and the teams more professional. Also in the video, you will see that the refs sometimes will throw a yellow flag. What that meant is for refs to get a player's attention, he'll throw the flag within the player's peripheral vision if that player is sort of out of reach. So lastly, I had asked each team to provide a few fire game plays for the event montage. KSJV Kevin, he actually sent me his whole POV in a USB, as well as footages of the camera person Bell that he had asked to come on board and film their gameplay. I also asked all participating OPS members with a camera to give me their footage, as I had planned to do another walkthrough like before, but I'll probably just commentate on the whole event in general this time here. I had originally thought the camera I had would suffice as I record every game while I reffed, that along with Kim's footage, but I have to apologize. So it was my fault. I had meant to ask him to be the camera person and film the whole event, but I didn't really clarify that, so I think she assumed I had meant for her to film OPS only. So what I want to say is that there is unproportionally way more KSJV and OPS angles and footages than other teams. So yeah, that's my fault, my bad. Finals will come in a separate video. So I have mentioned earlier that I don't have multiple angles and POVs from some teams, and that's what happened with the first match that you will see here with HYDRA and SOLAND. So for the rounds that only has one camera shot, I'll add like a text that says single cam in the intro screen. Now my GoPro glitched out for the second round of the first match, so there's no footage for that. But this will be the only round with no footage at all, so I promise that's my fault, but that's it. Okay, so anyways, let's go. Team SOLAND joining us for the first time. Real passionate guys. They really helped out with the event as well. HYDRA as a team is also joining us for the first time, but don't let that fool you, because a lot of players are actually veteran players that's been with us since the first Bunker King. HYDRA was deducted 25 points for field disruption. It's too bad because they had managed a live hang, which means they hung the flag when there's still an opposing player live on the field, and that grants them extra 25 points. No footage for round 2, but the final score for HYDRA was 75 and SOLAND 15. Good comms from Kev, very audible for his team to hear across the field. 1, 2, 3, push! 1, 2, 3, push! SAF got penalized for field disruption. KSJV got 1 no call. Again, as a reminder, that's a technical foul. Doesn't mean that it's intentional. So intentional no calls has a separate, more severe penalty for that. Yeah, a good wraparound. If nobody's holding that snake, then you'll get flanked. All right, good. Go up. KSJV Kev here did an improper field exit and it's a penalty. I will address this issue actually with the teams later on this day, and afterwards I will start deducting points for any improper field exits when they occur. The rules require players to basically exit near their nearest boundary and then make their way around. So if you just cut across the field, you'll get penalized for that. So why that is because sometimes when you're just crossing the whole field, you might get in between firefights, right? So you want to reduce that. So go to the nearest border and then make your way around. And also this includes where you detour to pick up equipments like mags, like you will get penalized for that too. So when you get hit, just get off the field. If you got equipments and mags on the field, go back and pick it up after the game is over. Shout out to these two teams coming from the South and joining us for the first time. You got a rep.
Hey, back right, run it.
Shit. Okay. Badger's really performing quite well. I've played with these boys a couple times in Kaohsiung in the south of Taiwan, and they have improved. I watched them get better and better, so keep your eyes on these guys. Good aggression pushing up that snake. Either you push it with your life or you hold it with your life, because it's a vital, very vital aspect of the field.
Back right. Back right's out. Clear.
All right. So captains go to the rest scorekeeper.
So APES got penalized with a false start, which in Chinese is, I don't know, 错误起步. Translation is hard, but it basically means maybe players didn't have their barrel or foot touching the breakout wall properly, or jumped the gun prematurely, something like that. Okay, so that is a false start. Oof, gotta watch your angles when you're in that X, man. This layout allows the snake player to hit the X player from a relatively safe position. OPS got a flag drop penalty, so once the front gets a hold of the flag, you're not allowed to put it down unless you're hit.
Hey, right gray, right pike, right pike.
So here you see Sushi verbally calling out hit.
Hit.
That would be penalized as dead player communication, or DPC, and points would be deducted if ref had called that at the time. Here is an instance of late flag drop, or we call it flag carry. When a player is hit, he or she needs to drop it immediately within a meter of their position.
Yeah, that's a penalty. Flag carry. He carry flag. 可以，记得写 flag carry。刚刚你们抢旗子了，他死掉可以把旗子一起拿到这边。OK。Find the flag，旗子在哪里？1分钟50秒。
So right there, right after KSJV State got taken out, if they didn't have a back covering that lane, then this would be the best time for Badgers snake player to start pushing methodically, start vying for that space, one cover at a time, and assert pressure on KSJV. interesting. It would appear KSJV had DDT, their 69 player, just posting and hidden behind the brick until the right moment to poke out. This was their strategy in the last tournament, and it had worked wonders against OPS. So Iman had his pistol breakdown both during the practice sessions and on tournament day. For this tournament, you will see our ace front act as an insert, basically a player that can play any positions, right? So now he's playing a full back. But Iman still brings that aggression while Sushi consistently holds the castle side, and that's not easy, man.
Corner, left corner, left corner, left corner.
So after this match, I had asked Iman why didn't he just get the live flag hang and get that extra 25 points, but he said he wanted to take out the player. Now in hindsight, OPS ended up leading the scoreboard, so it might feel okay. But at the moment actually of the tournament, nothing was for sure and OPS had a rough start. So try to avoid your personal impulse when playing a competition and try to think what's best for the team.
Right pillar, right pillar, right pillar.
Good steady aggression from SAF. That's very good play there. Good push from SOLAND here. Now for field disruption for this tournament, we only focused on moving barriers. So we didn't penalize SOLAND when they crashed into the breakout wall or barrels. But in the future event, we most likely will include this type of action as a foul, so keep that in mind. Very aggressive push from SAF on the castle side, taking out HYDRA's ex-player early on. Not sure how he got to that position without being seen though. So my camera froze, so I had to restart and I missed the beginning of this round. My bad. Very proactive from SAF's side here, pushing up almost mid lane pretty early on in the game, but high risk, high reward potentially. That angle behind the brick where Neon got hit is actually pretty exposed from a certain specific angle. From that perspective only becomes available on the way of pushing up to the castle. But if you gun for the castle or cover hop from one to another, then you might have missed this angle. So good job on KSJV. I believe that player was Kai that saw this angle and knocked Neon out. Once Neon's out, Slim Jim, our snake, will be missing his supporting back player. And as you see here, the domino effect starts to knock out the OPS players one by one. OPS got penalized with a field disruption and slow field exit. What that means is if a player is hit, they need to at least jog off the field. You can't take your time strolling off, you can't detour to pick up mags and equipments, so on and so forth. So good comms from OPS, especially Iman, and very aggressive team play in the Snake with Neon and Slim Jim.